I want you to think about something that you love to do, whether that's a play or music, theater, arts, a sport. Maybe it's going on the internet or watching a video. Think about something that you love doing, and now think about immediately after you stop doing that. Kind of hurts, doesn't it? Not physically, but mentally maybe, or emotionally. It hurts a little bit, doesn't it? Why is that? The key behind why we do the things we do and why we get enjoyment or pleasure out of the things we do, and also why it hurts a little bit when we stop doing those things, is because of a little brain molecule or brain chemical called dopamine. See, dopamine is one of the most important molecules to learn about and understand with respect to improving health and well-being, or understanding why we do the things we do. Because our health is a direct reflection of the things we do in life. It's our habits, it's our daily routines, it's how much we exercise, what types of food we eat, what types of activities that we partake in, whether they are stressful, stress-inducing, or stress-reducing. And dopamine drives a lot of that behavior. There is a dopamine pathway, as it's referred to by scientists, in the brain that's critical to understand. So here's how the dopamine pathway works. Our brains have a baseline level of dopamine. And then when we do something pleasurable, or when we're motivated to accomplish something, that level increases. And that brings us joy and pleasure. But then, following that activity, that level decreases, but the kicker is it decreases below baseline. And that decrease below baseline is what gives us a little bit of pain. It makes us feel a little bit uneasy. And if we're not careful, that pain can drive us to want to do that activity again, and drive us to crave that activity, and drive us to increase the amount of time that we participate in that activity. And so when we're doing something fun or pleasurable, we have to understand that our dopamine levels increase, but then that they're going to come back down, and they're going to come back down below the baseline level. And we have to be careful, because when they come down below the baseline, that's going to cause a little bit of pain. But rest assured, they're going to naturally come back up to that baseline level. So it's critical to understand how this dopamine pathway works, because if we're not careful, it can actually cause us to develop bad habits. It can cause us to manage our stress and anxiety in bad ways. It can cause us to do activities that might be harmful to ourselves, or cause us to seek out those pleasurable activities and constantly try to elevate our dopamine levels because they're lowering below the baseline, when they'll naturally come back up to baseline. So remember, dopamine drives human behavior. It motivates us. It drives us to seek out pleasure. And we have to be careful, because when we get that pleasure, we're inevitably going to come back down, and we're going to feel a little bit of pain. But that's okay, because the body always balances itself back out, and that level will come back up to baseline, and we can go about our days. We can go about our business understanding how the dopamine system works, and we can better equip ourselves not to fall into those traps of seeking too much pleasure or excitement from things that might harm our health. Because again, we might feel that pain and then be inclined to do something to quickly alleviate that little bit of pain and bring us back up to that pleasurable state, to elevate our dopamine, and that activity may not be healthy for us. So, understand how the dopamine pathway works, and you'll be well on your way to properly managing and improving your health and well-being.